Hey everyone, welcome to the stream, welcome back to No Man's Land. Apologies, it's been a while, but we are back. Stevie's with me again. Hey you, Stevie?
Yeah, I'm not too bad now. Hello everyone.
Oh, good to have you back as well to help out.
Yeah, it's great to be back. No more fun and shenanigans. Saving Steve.
Yeah. I should say as well, I didn't even bother trying to set up the server. I just created my own multiplayer game. So we're not actually on the server. I'm going to leave that until we've got the new map up and running. It's going to probably be a nightmare to sort out all the mods that we need and stuff for the server. So just a regular multiplayer game this evening. So I hope everyone is well. I've got a few people in the chat already saying, Adam saying maybe I will come. I hope you do. Adnan Farm saying hi. Hey to you. LP11 fan saying hi Sim. I'm sick. Well, hopefully you get well soon and you're not too bad. Just before I get too carried away with the chat, we're going to start mowing. So if anyone remembers the previous stream, we bought the land area 28. So what we're going to start off with is cutting the grass in that area so we can do silage bales before we plow in some new fields. And then hopefully get those planted up with some crops as well. So Stevie's got some baling to do. He can follow us. I'll get over there and catch up with the chat.
I also need the permissions for all the ploughed fields.
I'll do that now. I forgot we have to do that every time on here. So yeah, hopefully you've all had a good week or having a good week so far. So I did start mowing this little bit just for the thumbnail earlier. We can start mowing, then Stevie can follow with the baler and start wrapping the bales. Just bring that up so I can see where we're heading. Storm Cool saying hello there, and Tanel saying hey to you. LP11 fan saying I'll come in 20 minutes again. Well, hopefully you'll come back. Maria saying hello guys, hey to you. Vincent saying hi, hey to you. Adnan Farm saying hi again. I'll try my best to cut round as close to the boundary as I can. I'll keep up the chat. Clayton's Gamer 78 saying hi, Sim Farmers Clayton. Why haven't we seen a live stream for a long time? I've just been really busy and extremely tired. So come the evening I've just been too tired to sit in front of the computer doing a live stream. I've been really busy working away, getting a lot of stuff done around the house and garden, and pretty much not really had much spare time. So one of those problems I get, because obviously one of the problems with my head injury is that I get mental fatigue quite easy. So I've just been dead to the world most evenings. But yeah, we're back now, and hopefully I'll be back to once a week from now on. But possibly will be, or more than likely will be midweek instead of on the weekends, which I think will be probably better for both of us. The one downside I've got though is now it's starting to get warmer, is it does get rather warm in here during the day, especially when I'm got two PCs running and I'm recording. I think the other day I was in here, it was up to like 27 degrees. Which isn't too bad when I'm recording the time-lapse series because I have an air conditioning unit on. But for the live streams that's not an issue, problem. Background noise will be horrendous on the air conditioning unit. So I'm hoping it won't get too warm in the evenings. But we'll see. Yeah, you can make the mows bigger, but what happens is it makes the swath too wide and then the balers miss way too much. So I keep them at the narrowest thing just to keep the swath a little bit tighter. so you're not missing as much when you bale up. It's one problem I've found as well with some of the big windrows when you're doing hay is if you've got one of the really big windrows that's like really wide, it creates a swath that's too wide for most of the in-game balers, and then you end up missing tiny little strips either side if you go right down the middle, or to one side if you're slightly off, which is a bit annoying. So when I'm doing silage and I'm using the direct swath on this, I'll tend to keep them closed in. But if I'm doing hay and I'm spreading it out, I'll extend them out. It's not a huge difference. I think it's about a metre, 8.9 to 9 point something 9. So who else? We've got Craden Gaming saying, hey Sim Farmer and Stevie, hey to you, good to see you in the chat again. I hope you're doing well. Demon saying hi, hey to you. Samuel saying hi. Edward Hyde also saying, when are you going to start? I was a little bit late starting. Normally you start 7:30, but I had a few things to finish off before we could start, so it's a little bit later than usual this evening, so apologies for that. Firehead saying hi as well, hey to you. Golden Jet Simulation saying hi Sim, how are you? And saying hi to Stevie. I'm very well, thank you. Hope you are too. Fox Game Fever, do you like farming? I enjoy playing the game. I don't really have much of an interest in real life farming. I find it interesting in a way now. I play the game a bit more than what I did before, but I had no previous interest in farming before I started playing Farming Simulator. And I've never done any farming in real life, so only what I've ever done in the game. And but I really enjoy playing the game. Farmer 2021 saying hi, hey to you. Craden Game saying you're mowing right beside my big grass field and you're putting into it. Nice. Yeah, this will be, I was talking to Stevie just before the stream, and what we've decided we're going to do is, once we've finished all the harvesting for this year, so all our current fields, once we've finished all the harvesting, we're going to sell off all the crops, probably sell off everything else as well apart from the equipment, so I can transfer that over to a new map. And we're going to move on to a new map just for something a bit different, because we've been doing this now since December, and also with the time-lapse series on No Man's Land still ongoing, I think it'd be nice to have something a little bit different on the live streams. So we're going to look to move to a new map, but I want to transfer over all the money and equipment we have, because I don't want to lose all that progress we've made and start completely from scratch, because we're only doing 1, sometimes 2 streams a week, so we're not getting much time to do a lot of work on the map. So I think starting the game from scratch will be a bit of a grind. So yeah, we'll sell off all the crops. I'm thinking the animals we could possibly transfer over, but we'd have to build a new animal pen on the new map, which we should have the money to do that straight away. But all the equipment I can easily transfer over via the XML files to a new game save, so we can keep all the equipment. Probably may sell a few things and then buy some new stuff to replace them. No, not for the live stream. It will be probably European, because I want to transfer the equipment over, and most of what we got suits a European map. So yeah, that's the plan for that. I say, I as much as I love No Man's Land, I'm still enjoying playing it for the time that series, but I think it's be nice to have a change. Something a little bit different. Fox Gaming for you saying, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. I had a busy day today. I've got 2 videos recorded today. Well, one I've got a few minutes just to finish off in the morning, then tomorrow I'm going to have a day of editing and rendering, so I've got 3 videos currently waiting to be edited and rendered tomorrow. And then Friday I want to try and get 2 more videos recorded, and that should put me a couple of days ahead then, which will massively help out because I've been trying to play catch up for the last few weeks. Harrison Lambert, what's your go-to tractor brand? I don't have a specific go-to tractor brand, but my favourite tractor is the Fendt 1050. But when it comes to stuff in game, I always like to try and mix things up and try different things out. Although at the moment it just seems like I'm using quite a bit of John Deere stuff, simply because of what mods are available. So yeah, my plan for the Western Wilds isn't to do a John Deere farm, it will be mixed. But at the moment it's quite a bit of John Deere equipment because that's what's mostly available on the mod up to fit what I'm kind of using. But I will be trying to mix it up as much as I can. Ruthless saying, hey Sim, just curious, but will you be doing a logging only series? I won't do a logging only completely because I just think it'll just be far too repetitive if it's just solely logging. I think we should probably start going up and down now. So the Western Wilds started off with quite a lot of forestry, and I will hopefully be getting the FDR logging stuff soon on there, so I can have a go with those. And I probably won't bother with using those now on No Man's Land. I think I'm a bit too far into it to I'm not doing much forestry on there, but Western Wilds has got a lot more trees on, so there's a lot more logging to be done. So hopefully soon I'll be getting some of the FDR stuff and giving those a go. So I will be using some more forestry equipment on the Western Wilds. But as for a complete sole just logging series, I just find I'd probably get bored myself. And trying to keep the videos interesting as well would be difficult. So it's not something I'll probably ever do, but there will be times where I do quite a lot of forestry. Let's try and catch where I was. Sylvania saying hey to you. Fox Game Field saying yo, love your videos boy, thank you. Glad you do. Maria saying it's been raining a lot in Norway where I live yesterday. We had like 15 centimetres of rain, it's quite a bit. It's been very mixed here. We've had showers on and off, but it's like been raining for an hour or so, then it's been like blazing sunshine for the rest of the day, or it's been raining for most of the day with a few sunny spells. So at the moment it's quite overcast and it's dry. Last weekend was absolutely gorgeous weather. Saturday and Sunday was like blazing sunshine all day. So yeah, it's been very mixed the last few weeks. So quite a lot of rain, but also a lot of sunshine. Fox Game for you saying in Italy there's like sun 20-30 degrees. Nice. So it's been quite warm here. I mean, last weekend was really warm. But I think outside temperatures it's probably still only been about 18 most. So not too hot. It's about perfect temperature for me because I don't like it too hot. Luda saying hi, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. Hope you are too. Christian saying pause. Well, that means. Vincent saying, does Stevie make time lapse of this? Yes. If you want to see the time lapse video of the live streams, then check out Stevie's channel. There is a link in the video description down below. I did try and post a link early with the Cloudbot link, but that doesn't seem to be working again for some reason. But yeah, if you check the video description, there's a link to Stevie's channel. You can catch up on all the previous streams on here as well in time-lapse form. Tana saying Sim would have raised to load No Man's Land, the Western Miles last save game. I will try and get it done as soon as possible. I can't guarantee when I'll find the spare time to do it. Literally at the moment, if I'm at the computer, I'm either recording or rendering. I just haven't had the spare time to update mod lists and sort the save game out yet. But I will try and do it as soon as possible. Looks like if I've had time to sit at the computer, I've had to use that time to record and edit videos. So hopefully if we can get caught up this week, it should make things a lot easier. Give me a little bit more spare time to get stuff like that sorted out. So hopefully soon I'll try and get it done as soon as possible, but I can't guarantee when it will be. Alex saying hi, how to you? Fox Game Fever, have you ever played plane or car games? Not on YouTube, like video wise. But I do play like Forza, Horizon Motorsport, stuff like that. I like driving games. Euro Truck as well I like. Plane, I like Flight Simulator. I did download it on PC when it first came out on Game Pass on PC, but I get bored of Flight Simulator very quickly. So I enjoy playing it, but I'll probably play it for a good 10-20 hours and then I'm bored of it. So it's not a game I play very often. I haven't played it for a while actually. Apologies for that dog barking in the background. Yeah, so I enjoy car games. I really love Forza, Horizon, Motorsport. I used to love Gran Turismo. Since I don't really have a PlayStation anymore. I think Gran Turismo 6 was the last Gran Turismo I played. Which I didn't really take to be honest with you. I much prefer Forza, even though some people might say it's a little bit more arcadey, but I think I enjoy that more than I did Gran Turismo than the previous ones anyway. Stormcore, which map are you going to move to? I'm thinking at the moment Calmlands for the next map possibly. But I need to have a good look through what's out on the model, and there's also possibility of another new map coming out between then and now, because we're going to be, I think probably another 2-3 streams on here before we've finished up. think next stream we should start the harvesting, but there's no way we can get everything done in the next stream, so it's going to be at least 2 more streams after this on here, so there's obviously the possibility of another new map coming out that might be worthwhile taking a look at. And there's been quite a few other maps, so I need to go through the mod hub and have a look, but I think Calmlands is what I'm looking at, because I want something similar to this where we can create our own fields and build up our own farm, rather than on a map that's already got a farms built up and fields already on there. If I wasn't doing the Western Wilds as a time-lapse series, I'd probably say do that one, but I don't really want to do the same map again for the live streams. I'll try and mix things up a little bit. I didn't know that was going to go over the top. So yeah, at the moment Calmlands is probably the best option I've kind of found so far. But I say there's other maps I need to have a look at. I say there is that possibility of another new map coming out in between then. Apologies, I'm not sure how you pronounce your name. I'm saying hello from Ukraine. Watched all of your videos on the channel. Put likes for a good person. I don't forget you. Well, thank you for that. I really appreciate that, and I hope you're doing very well. And thanks for stopping by the stream as well. Blue Buzzard saying, hey Sim, how you doing? I'm doing very well, thank you. Hope you are too. And good to see you in the chat again. Alright, Amatsu, Stanchion Lepacho came out today, and it's amazing. Is that one now just called Lepacho? I did see that on the model, but I didn't look at it. Is that what it is? Is it like an edited version, or is it just a converted version of the Stanchion Lepacho? I never really was overly keen on the Stanchion Lepacho, to be honest. I don't know why, I just never really took to it. Aramo 1026 saying, hi mate, love the new series, thank you, glad you're enjoying it. Thomas Matthews saying, hi Sim Farmer, how are we pal? I'm very well, thank you, hope you are too. Funa Mark, any plans for the push channel? At the moment I'm struggling to keep up with videos for this channel, so at the moment there's no plans for the second channel, unfortunately. There's no way I can just get videos done for that channel and keep up with this channel. I was really hoping to get back to it, but the way things have worked out, it's just not been a viable option for me, unfortunately. But I have not abandoned it. I do hope to get back to it, but when, I don't know. Again, with this save games and updates, I just can't guarantee when it will be. So the trouble is, when I started that, was in winter, and less daylight hours means I've got more spare time. Now it's like staying light until late evening. Means I've got more daylight hours to do all the stuff I need to get done outside. So it's less spare time at the moment. But yeah, I haven't completely abandoned it, so I will try and get back to it at some point. Damien Fontaine saying hello from France, Paris. Hello to you. Boss 2, where are the Glaax series? Holland, do you mean Ho Baileron? Or Glaax as in... I'm not sure which map you mean. I think you mean Ho Baileron. Yeah, I stopped doing those just because the amount of views I was getting was really, really low compared to No Man's Land at the time. But there may be an odd episode on that every now and then, just to try and finish it off. But can't guarantee that either. Harrison saying Fent 1050 good choice, mine have to be the classic in-game 500. Yeah, it's a nice little tractor. So I don't have a particular brand, I just really like that tractor. Firehead, as I just said with the other channel, the Calmsden series at the moment is on hold. For how long, I don't know. So I do want to try and get back to it, but I can't say when it will be. I've just got still so much stuff to do. I'll say the last 3-4 weeks or so I've really been struggling just to get videos done for this channel, without trying to get stuff done for the second channel as well. And as I said when I started the other one, this channel is obviously my main focus, will always be the priority. AP saying hello from Poland, hey to you. Jaden saying hello. Who's driving the other tractor? The other tractor's being driven by Stevie and Stevie 4K Gaming. So link to his channel is in the video description. Damien saying I don't understand good English language, then I prefer time-lapse. No worries. I know I do have quite a large following for the time-lapse stuff that don't speak English, so it makes it a bit difficult to watch these, obviously, for a lot of people. So yes, Bartek, Stevie's doing the baling. Hopefully next time for the next stream, or the next couple of streams as well, I'm try and get somebody else on, because we're going to have quite a lot of harvesting, baling straw to do. I think we are pretty much done with the mowing, so we'll go and grab the unless do you want me to take over the baling and you start collecting up, or do you want to carry on, Stevie?
I don't mind if you want, we can swap.
Yeah, I'll go and drop the mows off and grab the bale collector, and then we can swap over.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so Stevie's the one who's doing the baling currently, and then I'll drop the mows off, and then we can swap over, do something a bit different. So yeah, next stream, so we're going to have a fair bit of harvesting to do. Got quite a few fields of oats, I think barley as well. So yeah, we'll be looking to try and get somebody else on to give us a hand next time, just so we can get someone doing a bit baling while one does the harvesting, then one can do carting or bale collecting. Oh, wrong one. Drop the blue one off first. Help. But yeah, before we start harvesting, we've got quite a lot of well, we want to try and get these bales moved out of the way, and then we're going to plough in one new field, and then we'll do some planting, get some new crops in, and then we should be all ready to skip time then. Where is the bale collector?
In the main shed.
Is it in the main shed? Just been there.
Yeah, inside the 5S.
I don't know, I didn't see that, because I literally dropped the mowers off right next to it. Right, where was I in the shed? Simulator YouTube saying hi, hey to you. Taylor McConnell saying hi as well. Hey to you too. Storm Core, you're going to change to the new Western Wilds update. No, I'm not going to bother updating the map. I'm just going to stay with the older version. There's no benefit with the update for me to bother changing over to a new save game. And also it reduces the trees. Although I think, what is it, it takes the trees down from 10,000 to 7,000, I think it is. So I think the game limit is 7,800. So because the map obviously is beyond the tree limit, you can't plant any more trees. So I think Alien Gym reduced the tree limit to 7,000, so you can plant up to 800 new trees. Which on PC I've got the more tree mod anyway, so that doesn't affect me. The collisions on the stream is the only one that's possible annoyance, because one of the reasons why I had to cut out putting the fencing down around the pasture was the collision on the stream was stopping me putting the fencing in, so I had to stop the video to go out to try and find a way to get around that, which I think Peter did message to say there is a way to do it in Giant's Header to disable the collision on it, which will make things a bit easier. I had to literally copy the save game, go into the copy of the save game, cut down the sign to remove the stream, put the fencing around the cow pasture on that save game, and copy the items XML with the fencing on from the copied save game onto the original to get the fencing where I wanted it. Which is a bit of a long way round of doing it, but it worked and was the only way I could think of to do it at the time. But I think the update does remove that collision, so you can put fencing near the stream. But yeah, I don't see the benefit of updating it, because I think if I convert it over to a new save game, all the trees will probably reappear that I've cut down, and then I'd have to go around removing all those again. That'd be quite a lot of work for not much benefit, to be honest. Vincent, can you make a series time lapse on Hollingsfeld? Maybe in the future, but at the moment I won't be starting any new series now until the No Man's Land series is finished, because I don't want to do more than 2 different series at any one time, because I find it gets a bit too much. So there should be 3 episodes a week on each series, so 3 on No Man's Land, then 3 on Western Wilds, and then the 1 live stream each week. So there's 6 time-lapse videos and then the live stream. I want to stick to that. I don't want to add another one, because that will reduce everything to 2 episodes a week if I was to do a 3rd series, which then just, it means the series end up taking a lot longer to finish, because you're only getting 2 episodes a week. As for No Man's Land, I don't know when I'll be finishing that. I've still loads I want to do, and we're already up to episode 75, I think, near enough. And there's still so much more I want to do, so I imagine I'll probably be up to 120 at least before I finish doing everything I want to do on there. So still a fair bit to do, but I will keep that map in mind for future and have a look at it. Edgar Gomez Rodriguez saying hi to you. Golden Jet Simulation saying Jaden, it's Stevie. Yeah, Steve 4K Gaming. Check out the link in the video description to Stevie's channel. He does the time-lapse videos of this live stream, and also he's got his own time-lapse series on No Man's Land and the Western Wilds as well, haven't you, Stevie?
I do indeed, yeah. Literally, my Western Wilds is everything I wanted to do at the start of No Man's Land, but we didn't have enough mods.
Yeah, that was the one thing with starting this map, was the lack of mods. that make life a little bit easier when you're starting out. Especially those nice small cheap tractors.
Everything cheap, really.
Yeah. Yeah, the base game was a killer for starting out. Francisca saying hi. Taylor, do you like mushrooms? I don't dislike mushrooms, I like them on my breakfast. Proper English breakfast. We don't eat mushrooms very often though. Edgar Gomez saying hello, how are you? I am very well, thank you. Finas saying hello, hey to you. Boss 2, do you play Truckers MP? I've never played Truckers MP. I've played ETS2 quite a bit, but I've never played multiplayer in ETS2. Only ever like single player. I haven't played ETS2 for quite a while now actually. My trouble with ETS2 is every time I want to play it, pro mods and the game's been updated and it breaks my save game. I usually use pro mods and then you have to wait for the pro mods update for it to work again. I don't think I put the bale. Oh, we did go for the bale counter. Did you reset the bale counter?
No, it started from 0 when I started with Werner.
Okay.
I think this is the first stream with the bale counter.
Right, it's up to 53 now. Golden Jet Simulation saying hit the like button guys, yeah, don't forget to smash that like button if you're enjoying the stream. We do appreciate it. Nikki, yo, what's up? Sim, it's good to catch you live again, yeah. Hope you're doing well. It's good to be live again. I've missed it, I've just not been in the in a position to be able to sit here and do it in the evenings. I'd probably been falling asleep after about 20 minutes. I was trying to do it Monday morning because I'd spent literally all weekend, as much as I could possibly. I was out in the garden doing as much as I could in the garden. Monday morning I was absolutely cream crackered. I literally came in here in the morning to try and start recording the video and I can't remember what job I was doing. I just kept falling asleep. I was like, I can't sit here and record at the moment. So I ended up just having to go back to bed. That lost me most of Monday morning. Danish pet friend saying hi Sim, hey to you. Good to see you in the chat again and I hope you're doing well. Jaden, the old stream farm, I stopped. Originally I didn't stop because I planned to stop it, but I can't remember, I think it was at a time I started it and then my head wasn't in the right place at that time when I started it and I had kind of a little bit of a break from doing so much on YouTube. Then when I came back to properly getting into doing the videos again, I kind of didn't really want to get back to the old stream farm because it's a nice looking map, but I wasn't enjoying it, to be honest. It's one of those things I kind of started when I shouldn't have really started it. Well, I started it more than anything because I was trying to give me a bit of a kick and get me motivated to keep playing the game a bit more. Which I think for me was a mistake at the time to do. I should have just had a break then rather than try something different. So I think all those few months from the launch of the game doing quite a lot of content really caught up with me. I was feeling a bit burnt out from playing as well. So when I came back I just decided not to carry on with that series. Series 06 saying hello, hey to you. Waylon also saying hi, hey to you. Yeah, it's another streamer, Bartek. No, not streamer, YouTube content creator. Stevie's not done any streams yet, have you?
No, I probably won't either, I'd say.
Crazy Wolf first stream, I can now say I know what you sound like. Yes you can. Thank you for stopping by. Storm saying I think I might be able to help if you need someone else on next time. Yeah, it'll probably be in the week, Wednesday or Thursday next week. If you're in the Discord I'll try and get back to Discord. I really need to get back to my Discord server. I set that up ages ago and it's one of the reasons I kept putting off setting it up was because it's just finding the time to actually interact with it. But yeah, I haven't been on there for so long and I keep saying I need to get back to it and I keep not getting around to it, so I'll try and get on there and you message me on Discord if you're on the Discord. I think you are. I will sort something out. I'll say it'll be probably normal time, either Wednesday or Thursday next week, so 7:30. You don't have to, if you do come on, you don't have to stay till it finishes. You can just come and help out for an hour or so and then do what you can. In the week might be a bit more difficult. We'll see where it goes anyway and sort something out. 69 Light saying hi, hey to you. Nikki, it's been some hard days work. I've had like 45 hours in the last 5 days. I remember those days. I used to do 50 hours in Monday to Friday, 50-60 hours a week, and then Saturdays as well. I used to do probably another 5-6 hours. Where I used to work, we used to have a minimum, like our basic hours was 48 hours a week. That included Saturday morning, so it's 44 hours Monday to Friday and then 4 hours on a Saturday morning was our basic hours. But what I always used to do was do extra hours in the week, so I could get my 48 hours before the weekend and at least I was then paid overtime hours for the Saturday rather than normal rate. Which used to work out better for me because I could finish work. Well, our normal time for finishing was 4:30, but if I left work at 4:30, it'd take me about 45 minutes to drive home. So I could stay an extra hour and finish at 5:30, and it'd literally take me 25 minutes to get home. So I'd be home for like just before 6. Whereas if I left at 4:30, I wouldn't get home till close to 5:30. So it'd be like get an extra hour at work and only get home like 25-30 minutes later than I would if I'd have left at 4:30. So I get paid for an extra hour at work rather than sit in traffic trying to get home. Right, that's the last bale, we ain't going to get another one. There's only 206 litres in there. So what's that count? 63 on the bale counter. Cameron Henderson just lost about 35 minutes of footage for a video, so I'm here to cheer up a bit. That's gutting. At least it was only 35 minutes. Could have been worse, but still gutting nonetheless. In the past I've lost up to 3 hours of footage. There was the one time where I hadn't realised my hard drive for recording was full, because I only use the small icons when I'm recording in the bottom corner. When you press the button I could see it flash up to say it had started recording, but I wasn't paying attention that it was cancelling straight away, so I literally recorded a whole episode without actually recording anything. I think it recorded the first 5 minutes and then stopped. Balers in between those two. As I said to Stevie before we started, before the Western Wilds came out, I literally spent 6 hours on a different map recording the first episode of a new series. I edited it, rendered it, uploaded it for the Friday, and then the Western Wilds came out on that afternoon, and decided I wanted to do that map instead, so I completely scrapped probably about 8 hours worth of work. Right, we need plows. I don't know if we've got enough horsepower on this tractor to change that to the 9 metre. We'll have a look. I think we have. We should have at least.
We should do, I'd say, yeah. But them plows are very easy to pull.
Yeah, I think the 1.5 update has broken the repair and maintenance cost mod. So I went to repair my Deutz-Fahr on No Man's Land earlier, and it's supposed to be set at 25% for the repair costs, and it still cost me 10 grand. I was like, okay, if that's 25%, then that would have been one expensive repair. Make things a little bit quicker. Extra 3 meters. Henry Payne, what did you start off with on this this map off of the live stream? We started off exactly the same way as I did for the No Man's Land time-lapse series, so it was exactly the same save game. We started off, so I had the Mahindra Retriever, chainsaw, and this area of land. Is it 26, the starting one? Yeah, so we had that one area of land, the Mahindra Retriever and the chainsaw. And then Stevie came on to help out. We added the John Deere Gator for Stevie. So it was exactly the same starting conditions, but because we'd only doing like 1-2 streams a week, obviously progress has been not quite as much as the time-lapse series. And one thing I forgot to add on here was the enhanced vehicle control mod. I keep forgetting about that. Camera and No Man's Land on console is much more annoying in FS22. There's no cheap stump grinder as far as I know. Yeah, there's possibly well, I don't think there's a huge amount of forestry mods been released yet for 22. It's one of those things with this map coming out quite early. There's obviously far fewer mods, especially for console. So I was really pleased that the lumberjack mod was released quite early for 22. So we could just use the chainsaw to get rid of the stumps. But I find it rather annoying if that mod hadn't come out when it did. That saves a hell of a lot of time. And it's also good as well just for getting rid of like the small trees fairly easy. That are not worth wasting your time cutting down to load up and sell. I think since the last stream as well, no Follow Me mod was released. Which is great. The downside to the Follow Me mod is it doesn't work on multiplayer, so it's kind of a bit useless for me. I don't know if that'll get updated to make it compatible with multiplayer. I hope it does. It would have been really useful for earlier today as well when I was doing some mowing and baling. I really wished I could have got Follow Me mod working on the multiplayer so I could have had a worker following with the baler while I was doing the mowing. Seb D saying hello from France. Hey to you. Zalid saying hi Sim, hey everyone, greetings from Azerbaijan, greetings to you. Jan Eriksson saying finally I see Mr. Sim at normal speed. It makes a difference from times 6, times 10. Although I still get some comments saying why is this so slow? I'm like, it's a live stream. I can't do a time-lapse live stream. I would imagine trying to control a tractor that's doing like times 6, times 10 times speed. Although I do remember there was one time-lapse video I saw a few years ago where it seemed like the person had edited the speed of the tractors rather than speed up the video. So he's trying to do like harvesting a field with a combine that's doing like 90 miles an hour. Kind of like record for half an hour and you've done like 3 hours work in half an hour because everything's going so fast. Jane saying sorry I'm late, no worries. Don't apologise for being late. Appreciate you being here and stopping by to watch, no matter if you're here from the start or not. Matt Edge is also saying hi Sim, hey to you. And Jane saying I'm so bored at the moment because I'm having to revise for my engineering exam. That's tomorrow. Well, good luck for your exam, I hope it goes well. Mate boy, can you start some forestry episodes? I think I've done quite a bit of forestry in the Western Wilds. But as I said earlier in the stream, I won't be doing any sole forestry series. As much as I enjoy doing the forestry, I do get fed up with it if I do too much of it myself. Jaded Illusion saying finally caught a live stream. Well, thank you for stopping by to watch. Hope you're enjoying it. Storm saying yeah, I'm on Discord, but in the week it's been more difficult than I read that one. And then saying yeah, if it's in the week, I might have to play for an hour or two. Yeah. So I'll try and get on Discord this week and sort something out. But say you don't have to stay for the whole stream. So even if it's just an hour, it'll help out a bit. Johnny's in saying good evening to you, and good to see you in the chat again. Hope you're doing well. Xbox man saying hey man, hey to you. Nikki, you should change the colour to the class colour. The red matches the wheel, so I thought I'd leave it. I did consider changing it to the class green, but then I thought the red matches the wheel, so I'll just leave it as red.
Yeah, I've changed mine. I'm now John Deere colours.
John Deere green. So I'm going to ask, because it's obviously the first stream since the announcement of the latest DLC. So who's looking forward to the Kubota DLC? Anybody? Nobody? I think I will actually get the Kubota DLC. More than anything, I'm interested in the fact that it'll add the passenger script to certain vehicles.
Is it not to all in-game vehicles, but you
Yeah.
have to have the DLC
Yeah,
for it to work?
you have to have the DLC, but it only affects trucks and cars and the UTVs, so like the Mahindra, the John Deere Gator, the pickup trucks and trucks. So it doesn't do tractors, unfortunately. Even though they've got a buddy seat in there. But yeah, you have to have the DLC for it to work, which is... I don't know if they've deliberately added that as a feature to make the DLC a little bit more interesting for some people. But I'm sure the passenger script will probably get released on Mod Hub at some point. Unless Giants don't let them do that now because of that DLC. For me, it's another one of those things that should be in the game from the get-go. But yeah, new brand to the game, and obviously it allows modders as well to get stuff onto console mod-wise. Although Kubota's one of those ones, I don't think it's as popular as a brand as a lot of people think it is. So yeah, I think there'll be a lot of people that will probably really look forward to it, but I think the large majority of people probably won't be that fussed about it, to be honest. Not saying, hey Sim, finally caught one of your streams. Are you an active member of the SN? No, I'm not. Billy, what map did you scrap? I haven't scrapped any map currently. The only map that definitely won't be returning to is the old stream farm. No Man's Land and the Western Wilds are the two maps for the time-lapse series that will be ongoing from now on. And then the live stream as well, which I say will probably be 2 or 3 streams time. We'll be moving on to a new map. It'll probably be the 4th stream after this one when we're actually on the new map. Possibly the 3rd one, but more likely the 3rd. So it's probably going to take us a while to sell off all the stuff after this one and see how much money we've got. It probably will look like we've got a lot of money, but once you start getting on a new map, buying land, possibly some new equipment and a few buildings and that to start the farm off, and that'll soon disappear. One thing I haven't actually checked was the used equipment since we so a forklift truck and a slurry spreader. Not a good day for used equipment. There was a on my No Man's Land time-lapse series, it was a John Deere 8RT in the used equipment. It was really good price as well, but I was like, it just got too many errors on it. So I kind of held off. I was tempted to get it. Tizian saying hello there, head to you. Jade Illusions, those smaller trees are the bane of my existence. I chop them into nothing and then use the Bonzi King to log the rest. Yeah, the small trees, they're good for decoration, but when it comes to making money from them, they're just a complete waste of time. They're just more of a, say, annoyance when you're trying to clear areas than anything. That's why I like the lumberjack mod. I can just delete them. I don't have to mess around with them. Normally what I'd do is, it's like I came on here earlier before we started, so I cut all the trees down. There was quite a few small trees in this area, so I didn't have to keep jumping out the tractor when I was doing the mowing. I cut them all down before we started, just to clear the area. What I used to do on the forestry map on, I think it was Crater Lake, Willoughby in the forest, because there were so many trees on those maps, what I used to do before I started recording was go round with the lumberjack mod and delete all the trees unless they were the completely like the largest trees, just to thin out the area so I could clear an area a little bit quicker. So I'd literally just leave the tallest trees and remove all the smaller ones to make things a little bit easier and a bit quicker. Alan Clark saying evening Sim, evening to you. Jan Erickson saying DJ go on if you want to fast without time lapse. Yeah, fast farming. Does it still work as much as it did on I know the control mod for the headers that you can increase the speed for harvesters, but we've got the mod that allows you to increase the work speed on PC, so I think it was more of a console thing doing the I can't remember how you used to do it. It was double tap the button to fold it quickly. When you had it loaded and slightly raise it, and then it disable like the work speed. We'll leave Stevie to finish off that last bit. We'll go and grab the spreader and get some lime spread on there. And I think we've pretty much, well, we've got those 2 fields we can plant in directly because we don't need to cultivate. We've got 2 ploughed fields, and then just that one in 25 that we'll need to go over with a disc harrow if we plant a crop in it. We'll get the lime done first and then it's ready for getting some crops in, so we'll probably buy 2 smallish planters, 2 6 meters. We'll see what's available. Don't think I've got any mods installed for planters, so we'll have to see what we can get. Boss 2 saying gotta go bye. Well, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope you enjoyed it and enjoy the rest of your week. William saying, what is your upload schedule for YouTube? At the moment I don't have a specific schedule because I can't guarantee getting videos out to a schedule at the moment. I'm trying my best to get back ahead, which will help. But the way it's going to work at the moment will be 3 episodes on No Man's Land and then 3 episodes on the Western Wilds. So the next, what was the last episode I uploaded? Was that the Western Wilds or No Man's Land? I can't remember. Can't even remember what video I uploaded yesterday.
The Western Wilds.
Yeah, the Western Wilds. So the next 3 episodes will be the No Man's Land, and then I'll be back to the Western Wilds for a bit. I may change that up where it alternates, but at the moment, just to make things easier for me, it's easier to record back to back on each series rather than keep changing. So we are Wednesday today, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday will be No Man's Land. I'm not 100% sure if there'll be videos Sunday, there may not be this week. And then from next week it should be the Western Wilds, Monday, Tuesday, and then depending when we do the live stream, either Wednesday or Thursday, there won't be a time-lapse video on the same day we do live stream. So possibly maybe the Western World Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, live stream Wednesday, and then No Man's Land Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then it'll probably alternate like that from then on. So I'll probably start posting a schedule up as well once I'm back to being able to actually stick to it. Because at the moment there's no point in me putting a schedule up then if I can't guarantee that I'm going to get the videos up when I say I'll do. So I've been struggling the last few weeks. Oh, the map I scrapped, I'll get you, Billy. It was Umberon Valley. Which is a bit like a forestry map. But it's got like several sawmills on there and a few houses and other buildings dotted around, so it's not completely like this. So I spent, as I said, about 5-6 hours recording, doing pretty much the same as what I did on the Western Wilds, starting off with one area of land, clearing trees, buying a trailer to haul more logs, and getting the small tractor front loader. So the start was pretty much exactly the same, it was just a different map. I did have a look at doing Chainsaw Valley, but for me there wasn't a huge amount of suitable areas for doing fields, because it's quite steep and hilly, obviously being a valley. So it's like a lot of landscaping would be required to level some areas out, so I thought it'd be good for doing forestry on, and you could, obviously there's some starting fields on there as well, but there wasn't much scope for getting many larger fields without levelling quite large areas. Dickens Ducky Holmes saying hi. Hey to you. YT Gamer 98 saying hi as well. Hey to you. Emmanuel saying hi Sim, have a good time and much progress, have fun for you and Stevie. Well, thank you. Welcome to the stream. Chef's Adventures saying they fixed the fences. The fences on... Fix the fences in which way? Is that the fix the fences on Western Wilds? Oh, I'm a bit behind on the chat. Six and like, what do you have? Components to my PC. My current PC that I'm playing on now is a Intel i900K processor. I think that's right. Yeah, it's a 12th generation i9 or something. I'm useless with stuff like this. It's the latest Intel processor anyway. I've got an RTX 3080 Ti GPU. It's currently got 32 gig of DDR5 RAM. I think that's pretty much the basics of it. I do need to do an updated PC specs list because my current one is a little bit out of date. I also need to do an updated setup tour video, which I keep saying I'll get around to doing, and I still haven't got around to doing it yet. Not now. How long are you planning streaming for? Perfect to watch while working. We usually go to 11 PM UK time, which I've just realised. I think it's because the update for the additional settings on. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so we usually go to 11 PM UK time. So currently 9:15, so another hour and 45 minutes. Depending where we are, because we don't like leaving things half done. So yeah, around about an hour and 40 minutes or so left yet. Steaming Willie saying how long you stand on No Man's Land for is ask is you should make a couple of towns in it. As I said earlier in the stream, I reckon that's probably going to be probably another 50 episodes. I think I'm up to 75-ish now, and I reckon I'm going to be up to 120-25 before I've finished, because there's still so much I want to do. As I've said all along, the plan for No Man's Land is to do every single base game crop type, every single animal, and every single production line from the base game at least. So I've still got pigs to do, I've still got horses. Crops wise, I've still got sugarcane, cotton, potatoes I haven't done yet. Trying to think what else. Grapes also I haven't done yet. I've done corn now, although I haven't done maize silage. I think I've done soybeans at least once. Sunflowers I've done. Sugar beets I've done now. Olives we've got. I've done sorghum, oats, barley. I think I've done wheat at least once. So yeah, I think I've still got cotton, sugarcane, potatoes and grapes left to do. Grapes along with olives, that's going to be quite a big investment. Buying the equipment for that. Cotton as well. Potatoes, I've just literally at the point where I'm going to start potatoes. I think is the next episode actually that's due out. So I think the previous episode I finished halfway through the day where I built the house, I think. Or was that the one that I can't remember? So I've recorded literally the next 3 episodes on No Man's Land. I can't remember which episode is which. But I will be doing potatoes in the current in-game year. And the base game potato harvester I think is nearly like 600,000 to buy. So that's going to be a big investment. Which I didn't quite realise it was that expensive, to be honest. I think I probably would have been better off doing cotton instead of potatoes to start with. So I think the cotton, or at least the case cotton harvester is a little bit cheaper, I think. Just have a look, I can't remember. Cotton, yeah, it's nearly 100 grand cheaper than the potato harvester. Which is 599,000. So yeah, I need to try and get nearly 600,000 to be able to buy the potato harvester, unless I'm fortunate enough to get a used one come up, which I'm very doubtful because I've never seen one come up so far. I keep tending to get, if I add a new modded tractor to the game, I tend to find that the modded tractors seems to come up in the used equipment sales quite quick for some strange reason, which is pretty much similar to this class 1, because I'm pretty sure I added this class 1 just before the stream where it came up where we actually bought it. So this is the modded class that comes with a front loader attachment. So it comes in the class pack, which is on Mod Hub, and I'm pretty sure this came up the very first stream I actually added it to the server as a used equipment, and it barely had any hours. I think it had about 3.7 hours on it. So I sold the massive Ferguson. If you didn't see the previous stream, sold the massive Ferguson for, I think we got around about 200,000 for that. And then it cost an extra 20,000 then to buy this, which had less hours than the Massey, more horsepower. So it's quite a bargain actually. Yeah, that's for No Man's Land. I say I'll be on there for a while yet because I've still got a lot to do. So I went through the crop types and the animals. I've still got productions. So there's the grape processor I haven't done yet, and then there's the cereal factory. Biogas plant I want to try and get as well. Although I don't think I'll use one of the base game biogas plants. I may use a modded one, but I do want to get a biogas plant, and I think I'm probably going to do that fairly soon as well, because I've got a mountain of manure and slurry that I can get rid of at BGA. What else? Just trying to think. Production. I think I've done most production from the base game. So we've got the bakery, got a carpenter shop, we've got a dairy, we've got the grain mill, we've got spinnery, sugar mill we've got, tailor shop, again, cereal factory we haven't got yet, oil mill we've done, grape processor we haven't done. So I think it is just those two from base game productions. So yeah, there's those two productions still to do as well. I probably will add some other modded productions in there as well as we go along. I definitely want to do the potato haul, which sorts potatoes, so you get seed potatoes that you can then replant. I think it also gives up premium potatoes or potatoes plus, I think it is, and you get something else. That's another expense. I think that building's nearly 200,000. So the potato planter cost me 129,000, and I need 600,000 for the harvester, and then nearly another 200,000 for the building. So it's going to be close to nearly $1 million just an investment on the potatoes. So hope it's worth doing. I've already come to the realisation that the olives I'm never going to make the money back on the time-lapse series for what I've put into the olives. I seriously think olives, grapes, horses and wood chips in FS22 are a complete waste of time. Jadaloo is saying, I really enjoy the way you set up your farm, sim farmer. I'm trying to take some inspiration from how you do it. Cheers, no worries. Glad you like the way it's set up. I always try and go for a slightly practical use, and there's often times when you actually put a building down, then come to actually use it and you realise that's not quite in the right place. So on No Man's Land, you may have seen there's a few changes happening to some of the things as I'm going round. I've just made a few slight changes to the layout of the fencing gates just to make it a little bit easier access. The oil mill and the honey pallet warehouse I want to change completely. So at some point I will be changing around that area completely. Where the biomass heating plant is, carpentry shop around by the sawmill as well, I'll probably be making a few changes to those. But they'll probably only slight changes. I definitely want to change the oil mill because I've never, to be honest, I've never really been overly happy with how it was placed, but at the time I didn't really have the money to buy another area of land, so I kind of had to just try and squeeze it in on that little bit. So it's kind of been shoehorned in and just placed, and I've never been happy with the placement of it. So we're trying to change that around a little bit. Not sure you quite pronounce your name. I'll just call you 007. It's a bit easier saying hey to you. Steaming Willie saying the episodes will be the same-ish as 19 then. Yeah, probably around about the same as No Man's Land on 19. What I will be doing as well, when I come to actually finish because I've still got FS19 installed and all the save games. So what I'm going to do is go round various points on 19 no man's land, take the coordinates down on the minimap, and then go to the same coordinates on 22 and then take screenshots, and then just like go through the differences, just how different it looks. But yeah, that'll be a while off yet. I may, if I can possibly set it up, but it'd be very difficult to do because the whole road layout's completely different. I'll probably do something similar to what I did on 19 as well, towards the end, where I did the drive around, where it kind of transitioned between the two, so how it started and how it looked at that particular time. And that was done using course play, so I set up a course play course on the save game of where the map was at, so all the roadways and that. Then I went round, transferred that course play course over to a brand new save game, and then set the vehicle off, and then I had to run round ahead of the vehicle with a chainsaw, cutting down any trees that were in the way. And then I just went back, recorded both courses to make sure we are fully cool. I've got that bit down there I've missed. Stevie's fertilised it, so just that bit down there, and then we're all done for the lime. Yeah, so I did it on course play, so I kind of tried to set the speed the same, recorded it on the vanilla map with no changes, just a few trees removed so it didn't crash the vehicle, and then I went back onto the current save game at the time and recorded the vehicle then, and then just overlaid the two videos and transitioned between the two. It worked very well to a degree, but for some reason the speed of the vehicles was slightly off, so the videos at times weren't quite in sync. So the one was slightly faster than the other one, even though it was set to the same speed. Gabriel, how much would you attribute to the fast growth No Man's Land game on getting that JD early? Probably a fair bit, but I don't think, in all honesty, it saved that much time. Because I think the tractor I was originally going to get I think I was going to go for this one. Yeah, I think that's the tractor I was originally going to get on No Man's Land, which was only 44. And I think the John Deere used wasn't any cheaper than that. I think it was only slightly less than that. So to be honest, it didn't really save that much time, because that's the one I was planning on getting. And I'm pretty sure the John Deere standard is 109. I think I paid about 40, or just below 40, maybe 35. So in terms of time saved, it didn't really make much difference, to be honest, because it was pretty much similar to what I needed for the tractor I was planning on getting anyway. It just helped that it was slightly higher horsepower. But to be honest, it probably cost me way more in maintenance costs. I'd have probably been better off just getting the Massey Ferguson brand new than going for the John Deere used, because the early base game maintenance costs were pretty pricey. So the savings I made getting that used probably got spent anyway on maintenance costs early in the game, so I probably didn't actually benefit that much from it. Sinead saying hey Sim, hey to you, good to see you in the chat again, and I hope you're doing well. Game settings, I'm got everything maxed out, so everything's on the highest it can be. Resolution's 4K. Back in here because we don't need this. Microsoft probably don't think we'll use that again now on this series or on this map. But as I say, we'll transfer the equipment over, so we'll keep that so we can transfer that over to the new map. Drop that off. What are you up to, Stevie?
I'm going selling some planks.
Okay. I'll just check on. Where are we currently? April. Just check the best price for clothes. I think it's a little bit later. May. Oh no, actually. Yeah, we are at the highest point for clothes. I don't think we've got many pallets, but we'll go and have a look. What's we do with another flatbed trailer? I think we was going to change that. Was it the Roland one we've got?
Yeah, I think we were, but that's only because this one was acting up when we had the full weight pallets on it.
Ah, yeah. Oh, these are the new silage bales. Yeah. So I think we're fine for bales. We'll sell all those silage bales we made today. We'll sell because we've got plenty left in stock. Thank you very much for the subscription. I'm not sure you say your name, Kiku BB. I'll probably absolutely butcher that. Thank you very much for the sub. It comes up very small on my screen, it's difficult to read. Oh nice, what are your specs? Yeah, it's a i9 10900K, I think it is. Or is it an i10? Do they do an i10? I really can't remember. Oh, I'm going to have a look now. It'll bug me all night. Where am we? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's a 12th gen i9 12900K, not a 10900. I don't know where I was getting 10. Yeah, 12th gen i9 12900K processor, 32 gig of DDR5 RAM, and the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 Ti graphics card. I'll try and get back into the game. Difficulty we're playing on this one, we're just on normal economy, which is pretty much what I'm playing on all my maps now. I'm finding FS22 is extremely hard to, well, not hard, it's just very slow to make any decent money, and I'm finding as a content creator hard economy is just too slow. even on normal economy, I'm finding that progress is still very slow. Compared to 19 anyway, it just seems like making money is a lot slower on 22. So I've switched to normal economy on all my maps. So I started off on hard on No Man's Land, changed it to normal economy, which obviously has helped make a little bit more money on things, but even then I still feel like for 75 episodes I haven't made as much progress as I would have liked to have done. Let's have a look. Bale trailers. Oh, bale. Alright, bale loaders. I don't really have much installed. Hang in there. Just want a small trailer just to load a few pallets up. How long are you going to be with that trailer, Stevie?
5 minutes. You see what sell point has the best price for planks?
Best sell price for planks currently is currently the grocery store, so that's the one next to the spinnery, the new sell point. You take them there,
Yeah,
I'll head over.
Yeah, I'll be there in 2 minutes anyway.
Yeah, I'll head over there and load up the pallets of clothes if we've got any. Sure, we should have at least one pallet by now. So now's the best time to cash in on those pallets. Sinead's saying looking forward to the videos, thank you. And Scarleg saying hello, y'all, hey to you. Michelangelo69 saying hello, great videos, thank you, glad you're enjoying them. Kiss saying hello, what difficulty, I've just answered that one. Vinicius saying hey Sim, hello from Brazil, hey to you. And hello to you all in Brazil. I've been watching you for a long time, but I've put in TV without yet a YouTube account. I'm on PC now and just found out I'm not a subscriber. Oh, thank you for subscribing. Hope you enjoy the content. Oh yeah, I have a Ryzen 5 5600 that explains it a lot. So I have no idea when it comes to AMD stuff what a 5600 is. To me that means nothing. I don't know what that is equivalent wise to an Intel. I've only ever had Intel processors and Nvidia GPUs. So when it comes to Ryzen stuff, I have no idea kind of what that is, whether that's like equivalent to an i5, i9 or what. I didn't do a very good job trying to pick those two up. I'm just going to check this before we actually load these up, where the best price is. The main farm shop down by the store, so as I say, pointless putting them on the trailer if we've literally got to take them to that sell point now. So see, with the last update as well, they increased the pallet limit slightly. Well, the PC they increased it by quite a bit. I think it's like 100 to 300. Console obviously not so much, but at least they did increase it a bit. So I think a pallet limit of 300, for me, I don't think I'll ever get that many pallets on the map at one time. But 100, surprisingly, how many times I actually hit that 100 pallet limit, and when it didn't seem like it. But then you kind of forget that it adds big bags and got pallets of fertiliser and seed as well. When you've got it all spread out over the map, it's kind of surprising when you hit that limit to realise that you've actually got that much stuff over the map. Right, so Steve will take those down to the main farm shop. 18,000 litres, 18,000 euros of pallets. How many's on there? 6, 7?
5.
5. Can't count from here. Looks like there's more than that. So 5 pallets, that's nearly 100 grand. So that's about 90 grand in total. So that takes up to well over 500,000. I might as well follow you down. We can buy the planters. See actually what we're gonna get. Don't want to get anything too expensive. I think probably the Kvernen, maybe 2 of those. This is where you need to follow me, so I can just sit back and read the chat while the worker just follows Stevie down. Matula was saying finally got a PC that it has an RTX 3060 in it, nice. Ulrich saying hello, hey to you. Kirku is saying same here, more into Intel but onto the laptop so life's easier. I can carry it around and stuff. Yeah, if you're more into laptops. So when I came to build this PC I just went straight with the more or less what was available. What I kind of knew. I did look at an AMD, I can't remember which one it was, but it was, I think it was, it would have been a cheaper option I think for the, what it was. It was quite a decent processor, spec wise. But then when I actually came to actually get the PC, it wasn't available. So 92,879. So not bad for 5 pallets of clothes. So like Armani. Right, so let's go and see Barbara. See what we should get. So options we've got. That's a 6 metre, 54,000. Well, there's Lemkin, which is a lot more expensive. That's 6 metre as well. I think it holds more. $595 litres, that's seed and fertiliser, which doesn't seem like a huge amount. Well, I think for a little bit more we get that one, which is a 9 metre, which will save us quite a bit of time. So any suggestions? The Kvernen planters are good in real life, TC Agri saying. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards 2 of these. Because we are starting to get some quite big fields, so I think if we went for a 6 metre, we'd probably be looking to upgrade it quite soon. But I think anything more than that, they're just getting a little bit too expensive at the moment, even though we've got more than enough money. I just don't think we quite need a 12 metre just yet, unless we only got one of them. Because like we get 2 of those, which is effectively 18 metres, with 2 of us going for, what's that, less than 20 grand more than that. The John Deere then is getting super pricey. So I'm leaning towards the Optima. Captain Arrow saying hello my friend, hey to you. Nice, I will build a desktop soon, just need to get some things done and move into apartment and stuff. I've been looking for 3060, 3080 card so far. Yeah, the GPU was the one thing I was very limited on options when I came to build mine just before Christmas. I kind of went with this 3080 Ti. It was between this and a 3090, which was nearly £700 more expensive than the 3080. And I thought it's probably a little bit overkill, a 3090. So I went for the 3080 Ti, but there was very little available for decent money, and I know I overpaid for mine at the time. But hopefully prices will come down and availability will be a little bit better. I don't mind that you have to drop it off for transport. But I think options wise, 6 metre, I think, especially that one, because that's nearly, what's that, 71,500 for those two, which not huge more for a 9 metre, which will last us a little bit longer. We'll go for 2 of these. It's quite fast as well, I think. Standard. Although I'm going to boost it up. Where's the number plate on this? Ah, there. Let's get the second one. What do you have on your number plate, Stevie?
Stevie-4K.
Alexandre, do you have any advice? Is it the same if I keep grass on grassland, or should I plough them and replant them with grass? To be honest, it's something I've been thinking about having a look at myself, because I'm not 100% sure on the benefits of actually ploughing a grass field as opposed to leaving it as the painted meadow grass. I know you can fertilise it a second time, whereas meadow grass you only get the single fertiliser when you cut it. But I don't know if that's actually been removed now with the updates.
You actually get more bales from a ploughed grass field that's double fertilised.
Yeah, because you fertilised that field we just ploughed in, haven't you?
No, I only just over bits from.
I was going to say, because yeah, it's still showing as single stage fertiliser. Yeah, I think, to be honest, on a map like this, if you're starting off, I think you're probably better off just cutting the grass and leaving it as it is, rather than ploughing it up and replanting grass. You may get a little bit more off it, but how much more, if it's worth doing? of that. I'm not 100% sure. Precision farming as well, I don't know how much that makes a difference now with grass. The 2 grass fields I cut earlier, there was only one small section that was showing a boost of 125%. Most of the field was only getting around 80%. So I think yield wise I'd probably be better off now with precision farming, just cutting the meadow grass that's not affected by precision farming, possibly. I'm sure I got less bales than I'd used to get before I enabled precision farming on there.
Yeah, what crop and what field start, Sim?
We'll do the new field first. As to what crop, I'll let you decide.
Sunflowers.
Okay, sunflowers it is. Did you get yours to fill up with fertiliser? Oh, it's alright, it's doing it now.
Yeah, the hopper has to be very close to the fill point.
Yeah, I've got it now. Oops, I've just knocked the straw bales out of the way. So sunflowers for the first field. So something we haven't done on the live stream yet. What is the most you've made in FS? The most I have made, probably the No Man's Land time-lapse series in 19. It's probably my one playthrough and series where I made the most money. I can't remember how much I actually finished on that, but I think one of the episodes towards the end, I think I made like a stupid amount of millions in one episode, selling everything off. In general, yeah, on precision farming, most of my fields showing a higher yield across most areas, but there's the odd field where it's quite low. It's like down to 60% for quite large areas because it's silty clay. But usually in 19 as well, I think you generally got a much better yield. And with the update to precision farming as well, they've made it so rolling and mulching actually has more of an effect now than it did. Although I still don't know if it's worth actually bothering doing those. We will do at some point, I think. Once we've moved on to the new map, I think doing stuff like that, cotton, sugarcane, silage harvesting with like silage clamps and the forage harvesters, stuff we'll start looking into doing more of. So we'll definitely give it a go at some point. Captain was saying they reduced the tree mass to almost 50%. They reduced the price of the trees. That's why I stopped doing forestry so much after the 1.3 update, was because they just completely nerfed how much money you made on trees. Although I'm finding on the Western Wilds, although I'm making a lot less than I would have been doing before the 1.3 update, I'm still making a lot of money, like 30-40 grand for a full load on those trailers I've got. So it's easy, fairly quick to get up to like 100, 200 grand, and takes off 4 or 5 loads. Chill Game saying hello, hey to you. welcome to the stream. TC Agri, were there a possibility that you do a British map or an Irish map? In the future I will do. At the moment I'm not looking to do any new series now until after No Man's Land's finished. And then I'll start a new one, and then it'll be after the Western Wilds finishes, if that one finishes before the other one. So I'm only ever going to have 2 series running at any one time, which was my plan from the start, and then I ended up starting No Man's Land with having the other 2 running. But yeah, I often find though, the trouble is, I don't know why, I really enjoy British maps, but they'd never seem to do very well on my channel for some reason. I seem to start off quite well, but the views seem to drop really quick on them. So I have no idea why they don't seem very popular.
Yeah, same on
my channel as well. They're great at the start, and next thing you know, all of a sudden you realise that they're only getting kind of half the views of and the other series that you're running.
Yeah. So I think the last British map I remember doing a time lapse on. I remember doing Sandy Bay. I can't remember if I did one after that. Well, Sandy Bay started off quite well, but then I was getting some videos I was down to like 4,000 or 5,000 views, whereas the other series I had at the time was getting like 3-4 times as many views. But Marwell Manor went the same. It started off really well, and then the views was just getting really poor. Well, I will try and do another one. We'll see what comes out. When do I consider a map like No Man's Land finished? As I've said earlier in the stream, the plan for the current time-lapse series is to do every single crop type in the base game, every single animal, and every single base game production type. So I won't be finishing until I've done all of those. As with 19, I think for me, kind of got to the end when I was making stupid amounts of money. Kind of then starts getting a little bit boring, because you kind of don't really need to do much to earn much money. I'd literally probably earning 2-3 million every few episodes. And kind of then, when you get to that point, it's kind of like you've got nothing to aim towards anymore really. You can kind of go and buy any equipment you want. You've already bought all the land. So other than just keep doing what you're doing, there's not much else you can actually progress. So that to me is when you're getting to the end, or if I start getting bored of it. Victor, hey Sim, I have No Man's Land with my friends and we have just started doing silage. If we only have one pitch, should we fill it more times or just fill it, sell it and fill it again? I suppose it probably depends on the price. Where is, I don't know what kind of the fluctuations. I haven't sold a huge amount of silage, to be honest. I don't really pay much attention to what the fluctuations are. So there's not a huge amount of difference between price wise. If that was a big fluctuation, I'd probably say just keep filling it up until you're 3 months before the highest price, and then cover it over so it's ready just in time for the highest price. But that price difference is not huge. if that was like 500 for the highest and 279 for the lowest, I'd say keep filling it up over the year. Then when you get, because it takes about 3 months, so December the highest price. Once you get to about September, cover it over, so then it's ready to sell in December. Also depends on how if you want the money. Sometimes I'll sell stuff straight off the field rather than wait for the best price, just because I want the instant cash rather than wait to earn a little bit more on it. So often with silage I'll just sell it when it's ready rather than hold on to it. Same with some of the other stuff. So it depends. If you want quick money, I'd say just cover it over, sell it when it's ready, and then cut the grass, refill it when it's empty. But if you're not too desperate for money, then keep filling it up and then cover it over, and then sell it in one big lot. Done a potato stand, it gets boring when it comes down to just rinse and repeat every time you sign in. Yeah, definitely. I always find that if I've got nothing to actually work towards, it kind of takes the fun away from playing then, because as you say, it's just rinse, repeat. So every time, even before I started doing videos, I always used to start a new map. I always used to come up with some kind of objective for what I wanted to achieve on that map. So sometimes it was to get a certain amount of animals if I was going for more of a dairy farm, or a set amount of money. Or sometimes I'd start off, take out a big loan, buy some equipment, and then, like say, finish when I've paid off the loan. So I'd always try and give myself something, like some sort of goal on each playthrough, just to keep your motivation to actually keep playing. Tomcat05 saying, hey Sim, finally, what's up? I finally got FS19 lol this week. I hope you're enjoying it. Now I realise that trees in the map are good, but if you plant or buy as decoration, it's cheap to sell. Yeah, I don't think I've cut down any trees I've planted as decorations to sell. I've placed a few placeable trees and then cut them down. I was more interested to see which one gave the most, so I did a test with the sawmill, was just place each tree, or the largest trees, to see which tree actually gave you like the largest amount of wood for the production building. Over like spruce, the largest spruce, pine, stone pine. I think it's the large elm tree is one of the best ones for if you plant some of the elm trees, wait for them to fully grow, then cut them down, but then just drag them into the point for logs on the sawmill. I think you get nearly 18,000 for 2 trees. I think it's about 9,000 for each tree, which I think is nearly double some of the other trees. Trying to read the chat. Captain Arrow saying, I realise my gameplay that the best month for selling changes during time. I haven't found that. The best prices for me always seem to be exactly the same month every year, which is a little bit pointless having price fluctuations. so they never seem to change.
Some of mine have changed after a couple of years, whereas if you're selling something in February at the start, now it's turned out that March is the best price for some of them for me.
Yeah. So most of it is probably, it might have changed, but often I don't pay much attention. I just say usually sell stuff when I sell stuff. It's like when it comes to the productions on No Man's Land, I was literally just selling pallets as and when. So regardless of what the current price was. So I know I was losing out on money, but as I said, I'd rather have that instant cash to use straight away rather than wait. But I'm now getting to that point on No Man's Land where I can afford to leave the production buildings to build up pallets until I get a better price. So I think the last few stuff I've sold, I've been trying to keep hold of them for a little bit until I get a better price for them, because I can afford to do that a little bit more now. Whereas before it was just load up and sell. I mean, it might be the fact that because we haven't actually done many years on here. That's not what I wanted. I need to change my Massey Ferguson jumper now, don't I? But since we've, at least for the live streams, like wheat, barley, oats always seem to have been December on here. Canola always seems to have been November for me. January always seems to be sorghum. Grapes I've no idea because I've never sold any. Olives as well, never sold any of those. Soybean, June. These may all be standard. I say it may change after another year in game, but I'm not sure how many years we've actually done on here. Yeah, I'll have to pay a little bit more attention and see. So I'm on No Man's Land. I say most of the stuff I've been doing has gone to production buildings. So there's not much I've actually been selling crop wise, and then I said the production stuff I've literally just been selling as and when. So I've not really been paying a huge amount of attention. But when it comes to crops on here, we've sold most of our crops in the winter. Maybe it'll change, we'll see. Biker Flame saying, I've noticed the carpenter is actually kind of slow production, or maybe the sawmill I had before. Yeah, the sawmill seems to be quite fast at producing pallets. The carpentry shop is very, very slow in comparison. Louison saying, I love your channel, thank you very much. He's saying I am French. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Glad you enjoy the content. Kyle, what is your plan for the new series that started? The current plan for the Western Wilds is to build up quite large dairy and cattle ranch. So beef cows, I'll be expanding on the beef cows and dairy cows once I've got a bit more feed. And then the plan after that will be, once I've got the kind of cattle dairy up to a decent level, and then I'm probably going to look to buy another area of land and then build up like an arable farmyard or like a main farmyard, so kind of separate, so it won't be like one farmyard with everything. And then start building up more equipment for doing field work. So I'll probably get some larger tractors, larger seed drill, planters. Still need to buy a combine though, header for that. So I've still got quite a lot of equipment I need to buy. So because it's got quite a big, large open area as well, we'll probably get some like really big tractors, the seed drills with the air carts on. So maybe some of the Borgo equipment, or some of the other big planters and seeders, or what comes out mod wise. So I'll get some really big fields on there.
Will we put corn in the other big field?
Yep, can do. Something a bit different. That's the sunflowers done, so we've got 2 fields left to do. One of them needs disc harrowing first though. Unless we just put something else in it. So what we currently got?
I was thinking sugar beet in the 1 in 25.
Yeah, can do. So
Then we can do. We can get. Yeah, we can get the sugar mill in.
I'm picking this up the wrong way. Oh, I haven't unfolded it. Storm saying, gotta go. If you need something for the next stream, I'll be able to help. Yeah, I'll try and get on Discord and message you and have a chat. But I definitely want to try and get another body on for when we come to do the harvesting anyway. Just because we definitely have stuff for another person to do. Boy Flame would love for that trial combine from FS19 to come to 22. It would go so good for a starting survival game. Yeah, a nice cheap starting combine would be nice. I've got one picked out for the Western Wilds, which isn't too expensive. Won't take too long to get the money for it. It's not very big, but then I've only got two fields, which I'm going to stagger the planting. So I've done oats in the one field so I can get the straw for the cows, and then the other one I'm going to do soybeans in. So they'll both be ready to harvest at completely different times, so it's not as if I've got 2 fairly big fields to do at one time. See if we can get the this to do the fertiliser again. There we go. I think one of the trouble with that as well is because it's so long and I've got it stuck. So the warning thing's stuck in between the 2 buildings. Because it's so long, I think you're still in the seed trigger when you buy the fertiliser one. So I think it's still trying to fill up the seed even though it's full. So we'll switch this to corn. And then head over to our other new field. No, I try to play realistically, beside playing, I buy crops and productions when they're cheap and sell when they're expensive. I use script mods to spawn pallets to remove money from my bank. Yeah, it's a good way to do it. Especially with the price fluctuations, like you can buy clothes at their lowest price, hold on to them, and then sell them on for a profit. Probably more profitable doing it that way than actually investing in the equipment and buildings to actually produce your own. Like currently on No Man's Land I'm doing cakes at the bakery, which in my opinion they may sell for more, but they do take quite a lot of products to actually make, and then the production of cakes is less than what bread is. So actually over the course of 12 months you don't actually make any more money from the bakery producing cakes than you would doing bread, because you actually produce more bread over 12 months than cakes. So even though it sells lower, the actual price at the highest points for each of them is pretty similar. So you're putting all those extra products into the bakery and it's not actually making you any more money over a year than what just using flour to make bread is. So at some point I've done cakes now. I may change it back to just doing bread once I've used up all the ingredients like sugar, eggs and milk that are in there. One thing I really wish they would do as well is have a little bit more control over the distribution, because at the moment I've got the sugar mill which is producing sugar, but I really only wanted to send it to the bakery, but because I've got it on distribution it sent it to the dairy as well. So I kind of had to change that to chocolate to obviously make use of the sugar, otherwise it'd be sent there. So I wish the way the game works you could actually select a little bit more control over where you actually send stuff to when you set it to distribute, or set a building to like not allow for products to be input there, or certain products like disable them from being sent there automatically, just to give you a little bit more control over where things are sent. And also I think I should add an option to production buildings where when you click on storing it doesn't spawn pallets, it just literally stores them internally. And then there's another option then for spawning pallets when you actually want to get them out, rather than setting it to storing but the first few pallets always spawn. So it would be nice if they added a few more options for actually controlling the productions a bit more. I doubt we will see that. I've got update 1.5 and there's still certain things with the productions that could have improved on and they haven't. Cristiano saying, good night, my name's Cristiano Riaz, I am from Brazil and I'm a fan of your, thanks for the videos. Thanks to all of the live, thank you. I'm just getting Stevie's way. James, thank you very much for the subscription. I hope you enjoy the content. Do you know about French langue? I have no idea what that is. There was something else I was thinking of the other day when I was playing. It would be good if they actually changed. And for the life of me, I can't remember what it was now. It'll come to me in a bit. Yeah, it's completely gone out of my head. I'll probably remember tomorrow. I'll probably come up again when I'm recording. Not tomorrow, because I won't be recording tomorrow. I'm having a rendering and editing and rendering day tomorrow. Which I desperately need after I've done probably 7 hours of recording earlier today, and then what, 3 and a bit hours. Well, I would have done 3 hours out on the stream. So yeah, I've definitely had my feel for playing Farm Sim for today. One thing we must do as well, check the animals. Yeah, I think the cows could probably do with a load of TMR before we finish up. If we get time, if not, we'll do it at the start of the next stream. So we'll finish this one, we'll go over to that field in 25, we'll go over it with the disc harrows. I think it's already been fertilised, hasn't it? No. We can get some fertiliser on there as well. Get that planted up with sugar beets. What are you thinking for harvesting, Stevie? The trailed sugar beet harvester?
Yeah, the trailer would be fine with the two of us.
Yeah, because you keep one person carting all the time, it's not too bad then, is it?
Yeah, exactly. So
It's
like
good,
literally,
To be fair, it's
once
got a decent working width and capacity. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as the trailed potato harvester.
yeah, I think it's nearly a 3 metre work width and about I think 6,000 to fill it. So if we have a fairly decent trailer, it'll be fine.
Yeah, Luis Carlos, thank you very much for the subscription. The one thing I'm not sure about is I'm not sure if our current grain trailers would fit under it. You have to try it. So it's quite tall. Well, that's that bit done. So you out to seed.
Yeah, just after refilling.
It's the only downside to the planters, they don't have huge seed capacity. Apologies, I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, but thank you very much for the subscription. I have no idea how you say that. Spleens, will you do any more FS19? No, I will do a little bit of footage from 19 in like a comparison for No Man's Land, but other than that I'll never play FS19 again properly. For me, FS19's in the past, history, done, gone. See if we can just make it to the end of this row. 10 litres of seed left. Might just 1 litre of seed left.
I've probably enough to finish the field if you want to fertilise the other field.
Yeah, may as well.
So
So by the time I've filled up, come back, you've probably finished anyway. So
yeah, there's not that much left anyway.
yeah, for me, FS19 is not a game I'll go back to. Spleens, thank you very much for the subscription. Hope you enjoy the content. It's the same. Literally once FS19 came out, I uninstalled FS17 and never went back to it once. At the moment, I've still got FS19 installed and all the mods and save games installed on the computer. Actually, tell a lie, I don't actually have FS19 installed on this computer, it's on my old one. But I still have it installed on my old one. And all the save games I've still got on the old computer. But yeah, when 19 came out, literally I finished recording the last FS17 videos, and then I literally just uninstalled, deleted all the mods from 17. Right, we'll drop this off, we'll get the fertiliser spreader and we'll get some fertiliser on that last field. So we're coming up to 10:30, so we've got about 30 minutes left. So we'll probably just get enough time to get this last field planted up with sugar beets, and then we'll see if we've got a few minutes just to get some total mixed ration mixed up for the cows, so we can top their feed up a bit. So we just need to get fertiliser on here, then go over it with the disc harrows to prep it for planting. Why 18 kilometres an hour feels very slow with this spreader. Strange. Will I do FSL? No. Well, I wouldn't say I definitely never would, but I don't have any plans to. The vehicle spotter saying nice stream sim, thank you. Eric, I'm drifting off because I'm trying to read the chat. Saying Eric saying hello Sim Stevie, good to see you streaming on this sad day for me. Oh, sorry to hear that. Hopefully the stream cheer you up a little bit. Yeah, you're right about the productions to have more options, but I'm impossible with script mods. Yeah, it's one of those things that sometimes I really wish I knew how to mod, because there's so many things I'd love to add or change. If I could do it myself I would, but I just no idea. I wouldn't even know where to start. So I tried in the past just making a placeable building. I've got the basic structural built up in Blender. I've got some basic texturing on it, and I've got it in game without any collisions or anything like that on. Just roughly in game, but I'm struggling to get the time to advance on that. So in the end I kind of gave up with it. Eric saying he lost his grandfather today. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. It's not good at all. So my condolences to you and your family. Digger saying hello from the Ukraine. Hey to you and welcome to the stream. Spleens, how many hours do you have on FS22? I've literally just, when I popped out the game earlier, I just saw my Steam, and I've currently got on this Steam version 721 hours on FS22. But I do have a lot more hours on the Giants version of the game before I switch to the Steam version, which aren't counted, so I reckon I've probably got close to 800 hours in total on FS22 so far. Which is what we are. We're into May now, so just over 6 months is it since it was released. Drop the forks. I don't know why I didn't take the forks off earlier. I'm driving around with pallet forks still on. Oh, wrong thing. Yeah, already 800 hours I reckon in total. Let's just check how many I had on So on my Steam version on FS19 I finished with 5,426.9 hours. I'll tell a lie actually, it's 724.2 hours so far on FS22. But I'm really looking at that now, I really think I should have carried on playing FS19 and rounded it off to 5,500. But I doubt I'd want to go back and play another 74 hours on there, just to round it off now. Elm Creek or Hobale I'm coming back. I'm not going to say no, because I do actually want to finish those series off. So there is a possibility I will do some more episodes on them to kind of finish them off, but I can't say for definite. So I was thinking of trying to do like one complete in-game year on each map just to finish them off. But I say at the moment I just can't say whether I definitely will or not. But they've not completely finished. I still really need to go back and finish off Ravensbourg on FS19. There was meant to be one more episode, and because of the problems I was having at the time recording it, I kind of put it off waiting for an update to Courseplay to make it easier, and then it kind of kept getting put off and put off and put off, and then in the end I never got round to actually finishing that series off. And I think the last time I went back to try and do it, most of the mods I was using on there no longer worked. For some stuff with the updates of the game since I've done that, some mods weren't showing up properly, and they hadn't actually been updated. Some mods I couldn't find links for anymore, so in the end I just gave up with it. Yeah, I was enjoying them. What frustrated me the most about those two maps is because when I first started playing FS22, I didn't realise it was going to be quite different to how making money was compared to 19. So I kind of jumped in playing it as though I was still playing FS19, and then you soon realise that the way I went about things wasn't quite the right way for 22, and it kind of stunted progress a little bit, and I kind of got a bit frustrated and thinking I really wish I could just start again so I could do things completely different. Now I know a bit more about the game, kind of things like what's worth doing, what's not worth doing. And also now with more mods as well, it would make things, like especially building up the farm, because having just the base game stuff, the buildings in the base game are just so expensive. It kind of made building up a farm virtually impossible to start with. It's like you could not justify spending hundreds of thousands on a new shed, or like a cow shed or sheep pasture. But yeah, with some of the mods that have come out, it definitely would make progress a bit easier. And now there's some more stuff as well that's more suited to Elm Creek, like placeable American buildings and mods as well. There's one thing with the base game, a lot of the base game buildings and animal pastures and buildings and stuff, they're all like European style. Faith Dairy Farms LLC saying, I don't know why I completely lost your comment then, saying hey man, I read your name then I just like completely lost where your comment was. Hey to you and welcome to the stream. Good to see a new name in the chat. I can't remember where I was last time I was on a hoe baler on. I think I not long got the tailor shop. I think I got the oil mill as well on there. Originally I was going to plan on doing grapes, but it's kind of like how I've seen olives on no man's land. I just think grapes are just probably not worth doing as much as olives are. Have you done either olives or grapes yet, Stevie?
No, not yet. But now they know that you can put the grapevines and stuff in for free with free landscaping tools, I'll be doing
Yeah,
no problem.
yeah. Apologies, I meant to message you back on that. It's not the free landscaping tools; it's the free fences mod.
Oh, that's okay. I have that too.
Yeah, it's basically because the grapes and olives are basically classed as fences by the game. So the free fence mod is the one that makes them completely free.
That's the only way of actually doing them, because otherwise, as you see, you could spend a million euros on them and still not get anything back.
Yeah, well, I spent 100,000. I think it was 110,000 for the 10 rows I initially put in, and I got 5,000 litres of olives off it. And even if you got the oil mill and you then process that into olive oil, I think I probably only made about 5,000 euros in total. Something stupid like that. It's like I've just spent 110,000 on the olives, 300 odd thousand on the harvester, and then I had to buy the little mulcher, manure spreader, little sprayer. 85 grand for the land I put them on. It's like there's no way I'm ever going to make that money back during this series.
No, it's like you really have to do a big field,
Yeah,
with either grapes or olives to make any money, and the only way of doing it is placing the vines for free.
yeah. I think you would need to literally spend, if you was paying for them, at least £1 million worth of olives or grapes to make it worth what you get back off a harvest. Smokey Dog saying I have no interest in FS overall, but damn, this is mesmerising. Well, no worries, I'm glad you're enjoying it. So I'm not a huge fan of farming. What really hooked me was just how much I enjoyed playing the game. I just found it really relaxing to play, and so I'd never started playing it because I had any interest in farming in real life or anything like that. And it's often those tedious jobs like this. It's, for some people may find this extremely boring. Doing a job like this, they'll just put a worker on it and let them get on with it, whereas me, I really enjoy doing stuff like this. Where are we? 15 minutes or so left. It probably won't take 5 minutes to get this field planted with the 2 planters going. This strip to do, so we should just have enough time to get at least 1 load of TMR mixed up for the cows. And what we'll do in between the next stream, we'll skip through to April possibly skip through to June. So I think then our first crop should be ready to harvest the oats. So we'll be starting our final harvest on no man's land. So I think pretty much the oats, I think we planted. So we've got 2 fields of oats we should have ready to do. I don't think there'll be anything else. Maybe the canola, I think that might be July though. Well, we'll have the oats to harvest, bale up the straw next time. If there's nothing else to do other than that, then we'll skip through to July if need be, so they can get the canola harvested. Smooky Dog saying, I tried it but it didn't work as it was too time demanding. Well, I love the graphics and the realistic machines. Yeah, it's definitely a game that you need to put a few hours in to get anything out of it. Make sure we get the right planter. Dark Angel, how many hours does it take you to make one video? One video is anywhere from 2.5 hours is usually the minimum I'll record. But some we're doing sugar beet on me in this one. Some videos can take up to 6 hours recording. The longest one I've done is 8 hours of actual recording. So some of the Western Wilds episodes at the moment, because I'm doing a lot of forestry and I'm doing the fixed camera with the sped up, even though sometimes they're shorter episodes, so they might only be like 12-13 minutes long. They actually take me a lot longer to record than a standard episode would do. So some of those episodes are taking 4 or 5 hours. A little bit longer on some. But on average it's around about 2.5 to 3 hours for one video to record, and then about an hour and a half, depending how I'm feeling, to edit. Stormcool, which FDR logging machine are you planning on buying? I don't know yet. I need to look to see if there's what the latest stuff on the website is. So I downloaded the very first lot of equipment that he released, and I haven't looked since then to see if there's been any updates or further stuff added. So I need to check the FDR logging website first and see what's available, and then decide.
Yeah, he has a new brand, and there's a fixed processor in it, so it makes life so much easier.
Is that?
So I guarantee that's the one you will want.
Yeah, I was thinking that the other day, so I really need to check see if there's a fixed processor ahead now.
Yes, it's a lot easier to use as well, and I think all the new equipment is about 150,000. So you'll 300,000. You'll buy the claw, and you'll buy the processor as well.
Yeah, so once you've got that on a lot of the Western Worlds, that's it then. It's like it was so easy just to make money. Or so like I would say that it's easy. It doesn't make it that much easier. It's more just a lot quicker. You can load up a lot quicker, cut down a lot quicker.
Do you remember the Lever 902 from FS19?
Yeah.
I've to save using the chainsaw, I roughly converted that over just for my own personal use,
Yeah.
just to make things a bit easier.
Yeah, I definitely want to get some forestry equipment because I was planning on using it on no man's land, and then it's kind of got to the point where I'm not doing much forestry on there anymore. So I'll be on the Western Wild. So what I need to do is download the latest stuff and then just get the controller bindings all set up. And I say 150,000 won't take too long to get the money together to buy one. And then whatever the cost of the attachments are. And then what I want to do, because I've got those the Phoenix truck where you can actually increase the size of the bunkers. The only trouble I've got is because I've only got that small John Deere. If I raise the bunker staves up, I can't then load it because I haven't got the height on the loader to get the logs in. And then what I've found is if I widen them, the collisions on the bunkers then prevent me from getting close enough to get the logs in with the front loader. It's like the collisions extend out further than the bunkers, which is a bit odd. So the tractor gets to the side of the trailer and then stops like way too short. So I'm kind of stuck with only loading those trailers up on the Western Wilds to their smallest capacity. Jamie Ailing, will you get joysticks for the FDR logging mods? I've got the dual Thrustmaster joysticks. I bought ages ago and I kind of set them up. The trouble I had with them was that because you've only got one hand on, unless you screw them down, they're not very good to use one-handed because you haven't got the other hand to hold down the base like you normally would with a joystick. And at the time there's no really good place for me to actually securely fix them to use them, so I kind of stopped using them, or like I only actually tried them briefly. They went back in the box and that's where they've been ever since. So maybe in the future I'll dig them back out and try them again. Dark Angel Lip saying, well, it's amazing, do you at least take breaks in that time? I try to. What I'd usually do is record one video, then edit it straight away, which kind of editing is a little bit of a break from playing. But usually, yeah, it's not very often I'll record a whole video in one complete sitting. There'll be several times I'll stop the recording to either go and let the dogs out, just stretch my legs, or I'll just go and have a break, get a drink and stuff like that. Charles Snap saying hi, sorry I missed your comment a bit earlier, and Marcus saying what's up to you. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Storm saying, do you have it that sometimes you log into your save and you have to say that your settings don't save like your key bindings? At the moment I don't know if it's still a problem with the 1.5 update, but there was that issue when you installed a new mod, that all your key bindings for mods, script mods would disappear and you'd have to reset them. It seemed to be an issue with ModHub when you installed a new mod on ModHub directly in the game. All your key bindings would disappear for your mods. I don't know if that's still an actual problem with the 1.5 update, whether that's been fixed now or not. But usually most of my key bindings at the moment are just all default. I don't have any custom ones set up. The only mods I ever changed, no actually not changed so much, was the gamepad. I added GPS on FS19 to my Xbox controller, just so I could set the AB and turn it on and off with the Xbox controller rather than keep using the keyboard. But as of yet, everything's default.
I found if you load into a game and all your key bindings are messed up, don't save the game, just exit straight away, come back in, and they can be fixed.
Yeah.
Without resetting them.
Yeah, because all mine are default, I just reset all, so it's no matter. But obviously, if you've got custom bindings set, you don't want to keep having to reset them every time. So it's better than if you quit out the game and then log back in. We need more storage space. I definitely won't be wasting money building any more sheds on here now, because we're going to be moving on. So I'll just drop that there for now. I'll get the bale spike. Do you remember what mix we was doing?
2 hay, 1 silage, and the rest straw, I think.
2 hay, 1 silage. What's that? 6.5. Oh yeah, because you do the 150 for the hay bales, and it makes mixing a bit easier. I found that Anderson mixer. I don't know if you've tried the Anderson mixer from. I bought that on the Western World. When I first put the bales in, the bale trigger is only halfway up, and then when the bales drop below it, they just sit at the bottom of the mixer doing nothing.
Yeah, I spotted that in your last video, alright, that I counted you at 24,000 in, you got into the tractor and you said 13.5.
Yeah, I had to stop the video, jump in the mixer, lift the bales up by hand with super strength to get them to go. And I noticed is the bale trigger is only in like the top half. So if you just drop the bales in, they drop below that and then just sit at the bottom of the mixer. It doesn't register them.
Yeah, that's a bit silly, alright.
I mean, it's not so bad if you've got a tractor that can reach over, you can hold the bale there, but it's a little bit strange that they've not done the trigger big enough for it to pick up all the way. What's that up to?
18.5.
18.5. What's the capacity on it? 22?
I think so, yeah.
I do like the fact that they've added on the help menu now that you can see what's the actual mix of the mixer wagon when you stand by it with help menu without going in the tractor. So that shows up for me now rather than... Oh, I shouldn't have dropped that completely in. I meant to just hold it there. I don't know if that'll mess things up when it starts emptying. It might start putting that straw in.
We won't be long finding out.
What time is it? About 3 minutes. I think that one load should keep us going anyway. How many cows are we up to now? 50. I thought for some reason we had more than that. What are we doing for water? Water's not too bad. Sheep, their feed's fine. Chickens, I'll top up the feed. Just quickly do the chickens feed, and then they'll probably give the cows some water as well, and then we'll call it a night. TC agrees, the next map you're going to be start from scratch. For the live stream, when we move to the new map, we'll transfer over barley we're using, aren't we? we'll transfer over all the equipment and money on here. Because we're only doing one live stream a week, I don't want to completely go from starting from scratch again, because I think it's going to be quite long for us to start progressing. So we don't want to lose what we've done on here. So we'll transfer over all the money and all the equipment. But we'll sell off everything else. The animals, I may make a copy of the save for the animals, take them out the game, then sell the buildings, and then when we start the new map we can put those buildings back in on the new farm straight away, and then I'll just add the animals back in via the copy the text back into the XML file. So we'll have the same animals at the same stage of like their age, breed, reproduction rates and stuff. Yeah, if we was doing like 3 streams a week on here, then we'd obviously got a lot more progress by now. Then we'd probably look to start again from scratch, but I think because we're only doing 1, sometimes 2 streams a week, I just think it's going to be too much to completely start again. And you think we'll probably have what seems like an awful lot of money when we sell everything off. But as soon as we get on the new map, start buying some land, a few buildings, that's going to quickly disappear. I'll park that up there. Stevie's just going to do the water, and while he does that we'll just wrap up. So just check for next time, then we'll skip to June. Why do I always go to the wrong menu when I'm looking at the map? So that's all our fields are all growing now. They all should be fully fertilised. Yep. Apart from that one patch on that one field there. But yes, next time the 2 fields of oats should be ready to harvest, and possibly the canola as well. No, canola's the one in June. Oats is July. Yeah, so I could possibly skip to July then. So we'll skip May, June, come back in July, then we should have the canola and oats ready to harvest. So I reckon at least 2 more streams after this before we move on to the new map. Possibly even 3, depending on how it goes with doing like the sugar beets and the other stuff like that. TC Agri, would you consider using the Simple IC mod? To me personally, I don't think that mod really adds anything to the game for me personally. Definitely not for time lapse. I think that constant flicking around the camera, opening, closing doors. Same with manual attach as well. Jumping in and out the tractor just to hook up the hoses, connectors on a time lapse for me, just it goes so fast it just doesn't add anything to the videos. And I think in IC as well, opening, closing doors, setting the steering wheel down, I think for me in a time lapse doesn't really add anything. Often it just happens so fast it's just a blur. So for stuff like that, for time lapse I wouldn't use. For a standard speed let's play or live stream maybe, if some simple IC mods come out. But even then, opening, closing doors for me, just it's not something I'm fussed about myself. To me it's just something I can live without. I think it's quite cool that the modders go that extra mile, adding all the animations in and getting it all to work and that. So I can't knock them for that, but for me, I wouldn't miss it if it's not on a tractor, to be honest. It's not something I use. I remember you saying earlier your favourite tractor is the Fendt 1050, one just popped up in the used vehicle sale, and I've been looking for a tractor with 500 plus horsepower, so I just had to pick it up. Yeah, I think generally the 1050 is for a 500 plus horsepower tractor is a reasonably priced tractor anyway. I mean, it's like 329,000 for the 1000, but is that 367,000 for a 517 horsepower tractor? For me, that seems like a bargain. When you get like the 8RT, which only goes up to 458, and then it's like what, 30 grand more expensive. Yeah, maybe for the streams in the future. I haven't had a look really into what I know. The Simple IC mod is available for 22, but I've not really looked into it myself. I say, but for the time-lapse videos, I just don't see the benefit in using it unless you slow the time-lapse down to like times 3, 4 at most, which then for me I think it's just too slow. Yeah, this is a different save game to the time-lapse series. So this No Man's Land is completely separate to the time-lapse series for the streams. So it's a different save game. I just picked up for 218,000 after upgrades and discount. Nice, that's a bargain. Hopefully I'll get one coming up in my used equipment sale soon. But anyway, we're going to call it quits as it's just after 11. So thank you everyone for watching. Hope you've really enjoyed the stream. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also go and check out Stevie's channel, Stevie 4K Gaming. There is a link in the video description, and there should be an @Stevie 4K Gaming. If you click on that, should take you to his channel, where you can watch the live stream, the time lapse of this live stream and all the previous ones on Stevie's channel. When's the video going to be up, Stevie?
For tonight will be Friday.
So I would post a link in chat, but the cloud bot, I'll see if it works actually. It didn't work earlier when I tried it. We'll try it again. I haven't got a link handy at the moment to post in the chat, but it is in the video description. And if I remember when you post your video up, I'll put a thing up on the community tab to remind people. So yeah, big thank you to everyone that's watching.
It's okay, I'll send you a link.
Yeah, big thank you to Stevie for coming on to help out again.
Yeah, no problem.
And enjoy the rest of your week, and same to everyone in the chat. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Probably Wednesday or Thursday. I'll probably decide by the weekend, and I'll post the thing up a bit earlier next time, probably the day before, which I was meant to do this week, but I just never had time to do it. So again, big thank you to everyone for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.